go.
Yeah, it's December 9th, and it's What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. I am joined by Lucas, Brenton, and Emma. As always, thank you for joining us. It's a crazy time to be alive. We're almost done with 2020. Olivia Jade is sorry. The Giants are firmly in first place. My dog has been 100% approved to hit the blue skies with us in a couple days. We got his vest on. His service
he's wearing the vest now just to practice.
Yeah, I'm having the kids walking around the block with the vest on so he gets used to it. I'm not kidding. That's not a joke. He's getting used to it. The vest has Velcro, and it comes with these patches that you can put on the Velcro on the side of them. So it's like service dog, service animal, and then it's like, and my wife just wants to get one that just says she just wants to get one that says roundabout. We went around the system, shucking the system. Too good to fly under the plane. It's ridiculous at this point. Absolutely ridiculous how people have ridiculed me online about my choices. We actually did a podcast with Danish and O'Neill that's out on their podcast, and fuck them for doing it, because I kindly invited them to my house on Sunday. We sat in my garage, we yucked it up for 2.5 hours, laughed our balls off. And the one thing I asked them not to do is to post the podcast before we hit the skies. And then I went to bed. That was Sunday. I went to bed, woke up Monday, and my brother-in-law is calling me. He's like, that was the funniest podcast of 2020. That was the best one I've ever heard. And I said, how did you hear it? Because I videotaped it before, I'm like, this will be great for the YouTube page. I'll figure I'll send it off to them. They can sync it up, the audio and that. Great. Just, it was a cool little setup. But maybe I made a mistake and sent it to my brother-in-law. No, I didn't make a mistake. Those sons of bitches just immediately turned around and posted it that fucking night. That night, they couldn't wait. And I'm telling you, Tracy doesn't know. And thank God she doesn't listen to podcasts that don't involve murders, because that's all she does. My wife walks around our town here, the mountain town up north where we are in the mountains of California, and she carries mace with her. And because she's just afraid she's going to be maced, because all she does is listen to crime podcasts, and unsolved crime podcasts, by the way. The end of these crime podcasts she listens to is like, and that's all they found on the case. That's it. That's how it ends. I'm like, you live the most ridiculous life. You ridicule me for watching sports, more specifically golf. You're listening to unsolved murders of people that are out there. I go, what if the guy that did the podcast was the fucking murderer? Tell me that wouldn't be a great cover up for him right there. Why would I be the murderer and then look into my own conviction? No. So this is what she does all day long. So she'll never hear this. She doesn't know what I do. She doesn't know what goes on in the garage. She doesn't know why I'm yelling out here and why I'm watching so much sports. So it'll never get back to her. That's the good news. That's the only, because if it did, I would have to be divorced. She would kill me, because she's already nervous enough as it is. We got to get fucking COVID test up the ass. And now we've got a dog with a red vest on and Velcro that will barely fit under the seat of a normal size plane. I don't know what we're thinking, but it's going to be great. Overall, I'm very excited about next Monday. How did this start? Did I just, we were talking about the internet, right?
Well, and your dog's wearing the vest. Your dog's getting used to wearing the vest, and you're taking it on a plane, and they put the podcast out when they weren't supposed to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm paying attention.
It's just, I don't know. I can't wait for it to be this time next week is what I'm saying.
Are you worried about the power of Danish and O'Neill and their fan base in changing the airline's decision?
I'm worried. No. I don't think they have that broad of a reach. Okay, this isn't the Joe Rogan podcast I've told this on. Okay, I'm worried that one of their fanatical cunt fans, right, is like the skipper at JetBlue at LAX, or like, you know, like the one guy who could just be like, nah, this is bullshit. You know, like the one person to impede my normal process of what's supposed to happen next Monday, just to fuck with me, because they know it would make their lives so much better. So that's, you know, that's my only concern on the whole issue, is that, you know, someone goes out of their way to fuck with me because of the podcast. Which, if it happens, it happens.
I'm proud of you, Steve. This is like the most American thing you've ever done. You're using the system to your advantage legally. It's like putting Taysom Hill at tight end. That's what you're doing. You're flying with your dog.
That's what
God
I really
bless
meant
America.
to say. I had the joke better before if it wasn't 9 o'clock in the morning. She wants to get patches, one that says circumventing and the other one says the system on the side, you know. There's the joke. There's the joke. 14 fucking minutes into the podcast, I finally by the way, Emma, see this? Still blinking. Never turned it on. Haven't turned it on yet.
Okay, we'll do it again. Let's turn it on now.
And I'm back again. Now this is good audio. Other than it's like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. The whole world's upside.
By the way, everybody, we started recording earlier in the morning, so Steve just woke up.
Yeah, we're a little earlier than we're 2 hours earlier than our normal time.
Actually, this is
peak sloppiness.
Yeah.
I wake up because of my Whoop pretty much at 6:45, 7 a.m. every day. Because I am.
No. Physically, you're up. Mentally, you check in about 11 a.m.
Yeah. Mentally, it's still very lax.
I mean, it's 12:45 p.m. on the East Coast, and I woke up 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, none of my pills have kicked in yet. None of my medications kicked in yet. Nothing's coursing through my system yet. I did have to drop my car off to get repaired it took 40 minutes. I've had it for 2 years. It's the first time anyone's ever to do anything. Something with an airbag recall, so they put a new airbag in, but I'll go pick that up right after we're done with this. Look, I just wasn't sharp. I'm not funny. I'm like, you know what, like morning radio, you guys have probably done a little morning radio. It's like, I'm okay at that because I just feel like I've been doing it for so long, but when you're first doing it, like when you're getting up and being jolted and trying to be funny and charming is not easy to do. It's not. Is
it better if you just stay up all night and like drink through the night and then do morning radio?
The problem with that is that if you like, and it's sometimes the plane lands before you have to actually end the flight. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done it once or twice, but I have to either know how much is going. I can't go to new places. I got to know the vibe of like what I'm walking into. You know, like
Fair.
some of these guys are like fucking KLOS, like. Hey, buttoned up and like, hey, what's up? Good morning, Steve. They're looking at your bio as you're walking in. You can't be hammered, like just fucking off the rails.
Not hammered, just like a little loose.
Mall cop. You know, you're like, oh, fuck. You're talking about mall cop? I'm on cocaine, okay? Like, all right, you're coming in, you're like, I'm all fucking hyped up on like how lucid it is. Like, wake me up before you go. That's the song that's leading you in. You're like, oh shit, I might have underestimated my audience here.
Okay, maybe we should do an episode of this podcast, Wasted.
On a bender from the night before?
Yeah.
I mean, considering we'll probably never see each other again, and this is the only form of contact we'll ever have, I'm sure we could do it. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I got plenty.
Just our families that have to live with the ramifications of our. Who cares? I would totally do an episode of this podcast completely. I mean, I haven't gotten. Well, Thanksgiving I got banged up pretty hard, but it was like I went straight from the Baileys to the bed, so I wouldn't even. There was no time to talk in the middle. Yeah, it'd have to involve some drugs for me. Some of those drugs that make you go this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
The talky ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the little fucking.
Well, no sugar.
Yeah. You have the sniffles, Steve? What is that?
No, I'm talking about snorting cocaine.
Got a cold?
He's either talking about having COVID or doing cocaine.
Believe it or not, I'm one of the few people, and I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, I'm one of the few people I've probably done cocaine, I think maybe 5-6 times in my life. Every time, fun, really great experience, never chased it the next day. Never was like, oh, that's got to be every single day of my life for me.
Same.
Thank God. Yeah, that's it. But always fun. So always down to do it. Isn't that how it starts? Always down to do it.
This is an endorsement for cocaine.
Mushrooms
Podcast
I would do every day.
Is now sponsored by cocaine and the state of Oregon.
Mushrooms I would do every single day. And the more I hear about the legalizing, like what I hear microdosing, I'm like, oh, I just need to get my hands on the pills. Like you have to because I don't know how to microdose on my own. Like if I get a batch of mushrooms, I eat I'm like, oh, 4 caps and 2 stems, and here we go. You know, it's liftoff. Like I don't know how to would it bite a half a cap? Like is that what it is? Like I don't know. So I need the actual. It's got to be easy enough that I can go to Walgreens to get my microdosing.
Yeah, the pills aren't fancy. I mean, I used to think they were they're just powdered up mushrooms that a lot of people will put in the capsules themselves. You just buy empty capsules and grind some mushrooms up.
I've done that.
Really?
That's how I took it on. That's how I took it on a plane. You grind it up in a weed grinder and put it in little capsules, and it just looks like pills.
Oh, interesting.
And then you can just take it whenever you feel like it. You don't have to eat a mushroom.
Yeah, emotional support drugs.
Yes, emotional support drugs. Exactly. They have a little vest and everything.
Number one, I didn't know you could buy empty capsules. Where do you purchase empty capsules?
Any medical supply store.
Yeah, I'll find them on Amazon now.
Yeah, there's probably Amazon deals.
So
deals for the holidays, Steve.
I've literally gotten vitamin C, vitamins, and just opened the capsules and dumped out the vitamin C and filled it with shrooms.
What the fuck?
God, if my parents ever see this, I'm dead.
Wait a minute. You can. First of all, I didn't even know that you can.
Yeah, there you go.
How do you solder back up a capsule?
You don't. You just wiggle it back together.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is it? Oh my God! Look at that, Lucas.
That's over the counter right
there. I was thinking this is cartel shit.
No, people.
That's a good deal. $5.99 for 100.
Yeah.
Dude,
cheap as shit.
I'm going to start grounding up Oreo cookies and throwing them into capsules, right? And then just that's my snack, 3 or 4 capsules of.
Yeah, some people buy you can buy your own herbs and stuff like lavenders and things that are good for anxiety and do the same thing with it. So people will make their own homeopathic vitamins and medications and stuff with it.
Don't try to turn this good. You guys took it to a place where now every person that listens to this podcast is going to be microdosing cocaine.
I don't know if cocaine would work in a capsule.
Like we're doing anything good for anyone.
You can't swallow cocaine. You
can do whatever you want, Steve. You can fly with dogs now.
Yeah.
You don't want to ingest cocaine into your stomach.
This is my emotional support cocaine, okay?
Bro, if you get a vest around it, you can.
My vest are these sunglasses.
You just need a vest. You just got to put a vest around that pill.
Can you imagine being on cocaine on an airplane? That would be horrifying.
By the way, I know last week I got a little backlash because I said I was going to pretend that. Oh, I think it was maybe the Danish and O'Neill podcast. And was like, it's fucked up. You said you were going to pretend you were blind. But Jackson said to me the other day, he goes, look, with that vest on, if we give Dad some sunglasses, we can just pretend he's blind. I go, buddy.
I mean, you did all of this through proper channels. The dog is
your
approved.
children.
You paid the fine. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing.
Yes, there's nothing wrong. Legally, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Now, morally, whatever, we can break that down, and we did for a while on the Danish and O'Neill podcast. But it's fine. And I'm just hoping things go smoothly. That's my concern. Because my wife can't deal with panic. It's not going to be, they've seen me lose my shit at an airport. One time we came back from the Dominican Republic and they delayed its flight 10 hours and we were in JFK and I had to wait an hour and a half for my golf clubs. And it was just I lost my mind. So they've seen me go awry in airports and that's what I think. I think the fear is not that we get arrested. It doesn't go the fear is Dad flips out.
We need to just get you a Xanax or something.
Yeah. I think the fear is Dad loses his mind. And look, am I proud that that's probably the number one fear? No. No, I'm not. I really do I know that I'm actively working on it? Having that be not much of an issue? Yes. Am I disappointed we're not all the way there? Yes. Do I think this is a highly stressful, unchecked time of life and everybody's at a yes. So I'm not completely blaming myself. But I know I will consciously try to remember to remain calm and that everyone, but I just can't deal with stupidity, especially when you've set up an obstacle course, right? And I've gone through it, checked all the things, and then someone's too stupid to know what to do at the end. I can't deal with that. I lose my mind over that. You know, it really, like, it bothers me to a level I can't. I almost have to just remember to consciously control it. And you know, what's funny is that we did a Patreon Monday Night Football, and by the way, that was awesome. We should do those again. We'll do them again. Thank you to anyone who joined us. But a couple of the members of that are actively hoping that it doesn't go well for me, just for pure content purposes. Like, several of the Patreon members told me, like, I hope that you are alone with Mickey on Christmas eating a turkey parm sandwich.
Yes.
By yourself, because of how out on the line you've set yourself on this. And look, you know what? If that's my destiny, so be it. But what I will try to do is remain calm throughout the journey. Does that make sense? And that's my gift.
Yes.
Wish you
And
luck,
that's my
Steve.
gift to my family for Christmas. It's going to go great, guys. I can't wait.
You're going to be fine. Now, coming
Yeah,
back, we haven't even talked about you coming back yet.
Well, I mean, if you get there, say if it's fine going there, you would assume it'd be fine coming back.
You would
right?
assume until they pass the law, which
Yes. There has been a law passed.
Kind of puts a stop to the kind of, shall we say, legal back channeling ways of going about these services. And of course, the law goes into effect January 1st. Why wouldn't it? That's a great time for a law to go into effect, the first day of a new year. When do I fly back to California? January 6th. So new law may be tested. So
you may be driving back.
Again, we may go beautifully through the LAX, through the JFK, through Christmas and the holidays. But guys, we could be revisiting this entire situation in several weeks right after.
So maybe you need to look more into this whole blind thing, and if you need special identification or something you can manipulate. Maybe wearing a Halloween costume coming back.
Get one of those vests that says on Mickey that says, "Don't pet me, I'm working."
Well, that's what they have. I have all the fucking Velcros you could put on, like support dog, service animal, working dog.
Even an emotional support dog is working if they're with you.
Yeah, right? He's working for me.
I don't know if I would fake being blind. I don't know if that's a great idea.
No, it would work. My first job was bussing tables at a hotel, and we had a blind convention stay with us for a week. And I didn't have to vacuum that whole week because the dogs would just come to the restaurant and eat the food off the ground. It was great.
Everyone's going to
if you do that, anybody who asks, you paid like a top 25 grand for Mickey, because that's what a seeing eye dog costs.
Okay. I'm like, wait, I rescued him at the pound.
No, you didn't. No, you bought that dog.
They said he's missing like 6 chromosomes or something. I don't know what's going on with this dog.
6 is a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like not even the dog anymore.
It doesn't matter, dude. That's what they said. 6. The dog doesn't remember how many chromosomes he's missing. He's missing chromosomes, for God's sakes. Look, everything's going to go great. I can't wait. I just want to kind of actively teleport myself to a week ahead to see where I am. Just to see if I'm in New York with my family. I hope I am. And I think I will be.
You'll be fine.
And if not, I'll go on the Red Round Table to apologize to what is it called? The Red Table, that podcast that that what's her name has, the one that Will Smith with fucking Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah.
Oh, it's her little
Well,
podcast show.
I implore you, Steve, if they stop you at the gate, you need to go live on Instagram and complain how you're being
Really
oppressed and segregated against, and this should not stand.
see. That's
Make
the
sure
angle.
you
That's
tag
the
the
angle
airline.
that Brenton. That's the angle that my emotions want me to go in. But I have to think with my brain at this point, okay? I'm an adult. I've got kids who are staring at me. If I start to go off the rails again, for something that they kind of know isn't, we've flown hundreds and hundreds of times. Never once have we brought Mickey on the plane. They know something's different, and it's not for any specific reason whatsoever. So, like, they already know that Dad might be circumventing the system. So I don't really want to then be like, hey, you got to double down on that shit. Okay. So I'm probably, if there's any resistance, I'm going to quietly try to diffuse it myself, but there will be no.
No, you got to go full blown Karen.
No, Brenton. That's what they want. That's what my wife wants me to do. So she can leave me
hoof your
at
hair
the
a little
fucking
bit,
airport.
and you got to just stick your back out, and you got to let them know you're getting on that goddamn plane with your goddamn support animal.
No, she's going to. No, we can't have it happen. It can't. I can't lose my mind. I've got to get beyond this. This is what she wants. She wants to leave me at the airport. I'm not going to do it. Dude, did you? By the way. Did you see Olivia Jade on that round table with Jada Pinkett?
I don't watch that.
I read
don't
about
watch it
it
either. I heard about it.
She's very sorry for what happened to her parents, right?
Yes, but she had no idea that was something that people didn't do. First of all, she's hot as fuck.
Wait, what happened to her parents?
Her
What?
parents
They went
are
to
Lori
jail.
Loughlin
The college
Yeah.
scandal.
Oh.
and Becky.
I thought you were talking about Jada Pinkett Smith for some reason. I was like, what happened to Jada's parents?
Well, Jada Pinkett Smith has this round red table thing where she basically admits to having affairs with Will Smith and brings him on and films him.
Yeah,
as he
that one I've
reacts to
seen.
it.
That one I've
That's
seen.
all I've seen is like, oh, I fucked this other guy. And he's like, another one? Why am I on film being told this? It's amazing.
That's brutal.
So
That should be
but I guess
illegal.
Olivia Jade went on to talk about how sorry she is and how she had no idea. Well, not really so sorry. She's sorry that it happened and she might have kept other kids out of school, but she really didn't know that it was a big deal, that she was privileged. None of this occurred to her until about, 4 months ago. She hopes that her parents have I swear to God, I think she said good time in jail. And I'm not kidding. She's not going to jail. She's going to be fine because she is smoking hot. And I mean, like, she looks like a fucking alien. She's so hot. So she's going to do something. People will forget. She'll model, do something else, whatever, and be fine. The parents, everyone will be fine. I just don't know if this is going to be something that continues to happen from now on or if it's over now. It's like, you got to get into college legitimately now. Or people like, yeah, just let the fucking dust settle. And that's that. But my takeaways from it were, I didn't know Jada Pinkett Smith had, like, she has white hair. I thought she was the grandmother and her mother was Jada Pinkett Smith. Go watch the video, by the way. I thought for sure, because the grandmother's on the show too. I guess it's 3 generations of Pinkett's coming at people.
Yeah.
The youngest daughter, Pinkett daughter, she's nodding her head, but meanwhile, she's just as privileged as everybody else at that fucking table, except for the grandmother who actually had to live a life. And, Jada Pinkett to a certain extent, but she met Tupac when she was young. So after that, it was all gravy. And so I found it funny, and I watched a little bit of it, just some clips here and there, but yeah, she had no idea, Olivia Jade, that what she had done was wrong. And I applaud her for that. I applaud anyone that could be so, I really do. Anyone that could be so, I don't know, just insulated. It's so amazing. It's amazing to see And not in a Kardashian. I think the Kardashians are themselves, like, you see that kind of life, but they're on TV, and so they're forced to kind of see other perspectives here and there, or at least express them, because they don't want to come off as true monsters.
They're given scripts with the different perspectives.
Yes. Yeah. But you see people like Olivia Jade that are just completely like, I truly had no idea that, like, this wasn't like, I thought everyone got into college this way. Like, you just kind of picked the school you wanted to go to, and then somehow you just got in. Like, if your parents wanted you to go there, that's where you went. That's truly what she said she thought had happened. And I'm like, that level of like, it's you got to applaud that. You can't
For her,
say
maybe
like,
that makes me think her mom is worse than I originally thought.
oh, I
You
know.
still have to do
It's
child like
bad
that.
parenting to, I mean, the ultimate. It's almost as bad as abuse. Like, it's almost as bad as beating the shit out of her every single day. Because what sort of life have they set her up for? And like, those are my takeaways on it. Number one, Jada Pinkett Smith should not have white hair. And I applaud number one, her Olivia Jade's honesty, and the fact that she was so fucking naive and almost is like she's coming out of a cult. Like, she's like, what? And the fact that her parents are really probably one of the worst people worst parents I've ever encountered. Like, total bad parenting across the board.
Yeah. Absolutely stupid too, for trying to send a influencer who has a popular YouTube channel to college.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no that you don't like.
Did she really need it?
Look, we shit all over. We shit on Jake Paul, I think, last week, and the Paul brothers. But at least their fucking trash parents didn't have, the balls to go, and now they'll go to Harvard. And now they shall attend Stanford, and I will make that happen. They were like, no. Let these fucking fools journey off into whatever path. I mean, obviously they found something. So she was making millions of dollars before.
Yeah, she was selling makeup at like 17.
So I really, I mean, look, again, this is not hard-hitting fucking shit. And I spout off my opinions on what I think about things before I check with anyone else that is on this show. So if anyone has any different, of course, feel free to fucking, disagree and say, but it's like, I didn't care before, but now for some reason I do care after seeing this red table thing. Because I thought it was ridiculous.
Can I throw up a picture?
To apologize. Huh?
I have a picture of Jada Pinkett's mom. It's kind of a thirst trap, though. If you all want to see.
Go ahead.
I mean,
how old is she?
Dude,
early
60s. So now, and she's got that hair still, right? Now, Jada Pinkett in the episode's hair is dyed white, like platinum white.
Damn, they look identical.
Yes. And so I did not know. I thought the grandmother had the white hair, because I was like, the grandmother's sort of leading this interview. And then Tracy was like, no, that's Jada Pinkett. I go, oh, fuck. The grandmother.
Yeah.
And then I thought the daughter was the rapper Smith, because I thought he transitioned. But then Tracy said that's not. She said, that's not true at all. That's not what happened there. And I said, I think Magic Johnson's son is transitioning. And she said, I don't know. I think he's just gay. You need to stop talking about these things. And I said, all right, fine, whatever. I'm trying to connect. But anyway, so yeah, whatever. Jada fucking, Olivia Jade, Jada Pinkett, everyone's privileged. And I think it's funny that people are like, I didn't know that I lived a fucking special life. And that's fun for me. Those are the things that I had coming off the top of the show that I wanted to talk about.
How much are you worried about
for the real news?
Yeah.
What?
People are here for the real news, Steve.
Thank you. Everybody wants to hear my opinion on some fucking hard-breaking news. We could talk about the Supreme Court shooting down fucking Donnie Trump's. Oh, you want to talk about real news?
Or the fact the aliens are real.
The aliens are real.
And they're living among us.
Until we're behaved, they're not going to come out, I guess. And I think one of them might be Giuliani's witness on the stand this past week, who might be my future ex-wife. I'll tell you right now, if Tracy doesn't start acting right, I'm going to start dating this Michelle Cerrone chick. I love this lady. I loved her attitude. I love the fact that she's got a record for, get this, lewd behavior, because she texted a video of her fucking this woman's ex-husband to the woman. 3-minute clip video constantly sending to her that she got arrested for lewd behavior. I'm telling you right now, that's one special lady. If she's willing to sit there next to Rudy Giuliani and say that dead people voted in an election and she saw it, and she's convicted, like, she's awesome. She is the new Cash Me Outside lady. I'll tell you right now. She's the Italian-American Cash Me Outside Northeast chick. I loved it. I loved her. I want to marry her. I probably, if I had not like gone to college, if I just stayed on Long Island after high school, got a job, like, you know, just working for the town or something like that, she is who I would have married. I would have thought she was opinionated. I would have thought she had a lot of spunk. And I would have liked to drink with her. So, I mean, we would have gotten married. Thank God things didn't turn out that way. But another one I applaud. Another terrible person that I applaud this week. I love that lady. And Giuliani farted in the middle of that thing too. And it's audible. And the lady next to him actually said that she smelt it. And now he has COVID. And it's so, I mean, like, we could talk about the news, but it would sound like we're trying to write sketches or trying to write jokes. That's what happened in the news this week. The president's attorney showed up with a drunk lady who was arrested for lewd conduct towards her ex-husband's wife. And the lawyer farted audibly at the trial, was immediately thrown out of court, and that was the news. And then the Supreme Court, who the president put 3 people on, said, we can't even, this is too ridiculous for us to deal with. There, you want to know the news? That's what happened in America this week. That, and I think COVID vaccine's good. They gave it to some old lady in England. She seems to still be walking around. The second person they gave it to is a guy named Bill Shakespeare. I swear to God, the second guy to get it was a guy named Bill Shakespeare, named after, right on the nose, named after William Shakespeare himself. Dude, I mean, it's crazy. Like, you want to talk, like, yeah, and probably one of those 2 people are going to die, because that's how this thing's going to work. I'm telling you.
Well,
we're
did you see in Russia?
What?
In Russia, the government's advising people who are getting the vaccine not to drink for 2 months.
Yeah. The government's saying that?
Yes. Yes. I don't know what the effects are with the vaccine, but the government is telling people who are getting vaccinated not to drink alcohol for 2 months.
During the holidays.
During the holidays and during a quarantine.
Right.
You're going to ask Russians to not drink vodka. I mean, are you talking about water or drinking
alcohol?
Alcohol. Okay. That will go. That's probably going to go as well there as it will here.
I read that someone who got it, I don't remember where, like, experienced partial face paralysis afterwards. And that scared the shit out of me.
I mean, I'll take it. What do I care? Let me lie down. Who gives a fuck? Maybe who knows?
Well, you know, the ex-presidents are going to take it live on TV.
Dude, fuck that. You know what?
Yeah, but it's probably just going to be like a needle full.
You know what I would do? I'd say great. And invite your families, right? And then when you go, no, change your plans. We'll give it to your kids. You guys still cool? Everyone's still cool? Chelsea, Michaela, what's Obama's Malika?
Yeah, sounds right.
Malika and Chelsea. Come on down. Give me your arms. I don't care. I think it's fine. What do I mean? And like, look, Who gives a fuck? Just give it to me. I live on the planet. I just want to tell jokes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get a flu shot. So I really don't have any legs to stand on. I don't get a flu shot. I'll get whatever you want. Whatever will let me tell jokes to people again and earn it a living, I will do that. Please. That's all I care about. That's my political stance. Let me tell jokes to people in dark rooms on the weekends at night. Packed. Not sitting fucking, tables and tables away from each other. Packed. Got it? Now, suck dicks. Jesus. Getting, yeah. By the way, yeah, that was fun on Monday night. The football thing. That was a good time.
It's a great game.
So yeah, if you're a Patreon member and you didn't get a chance to, we're gonna do it again. Thank you to those of you who did get a chance to join us. And if you want to become a Patreon member, just sign up, and then you'll get an invite. And that's that. We'll do some more of these. Maybe we'll do some playoff games. I mean, it's fucking football on it every night of the week now. What game was on last night? What did I watch last night?
That was Cowboys Ravens.
Oh yeah,
bad.
Because I needed all the NFC East teams to lose, and somehow or another, the goddamn Washington football team beat the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. What an embarrassment for Pittsburgh.
It lined up that it was going to happen.
Everything
lined up that Pittsburgh was going to lose to Washington because, Washington and New York are better than their records. They're two decent teams. Washington has a really great defense. They've got they can run the ball. Alex Smith can't really throw, but he checks down like a maniac. And Logan Thomas is emerging as a pretty talented guy who I didn't realize was drafted as a quarterback 6 years ago, and he converted to a tight end.
Let me tell you, there's 4 games left in the season. Who would you rather be, the Washington Football Club or the New York Giants? Here's the schedule for Washington.
Yeah, I want to hear the schedule, and then I'll tell you.
All right, so the schedule for Washington is I don't have it in front of me, but I thought I memorized it. Fuck.
Here, I'll find it.
Yeah, I was going to pull it up.
I know who they play. They play Carolina.
But it matters if it's on the road or not. So
they play Carolina.
I just want to see.
They play Baltimore, I think.
It's right here. They got the 49ers, Seahawks, Panthers, and Eagles.
Yes.
The 49ers in Arizona. That's an advantage that they don't have to actually play on the road. It's neutral. Panthers. I mean, the Eagles, they should beat. I don't think Jalen Hurts is the answer because the problem is the offensive line. Carson Wentz is playing poorly, but, I mean, watch Jalen Hurts do nothing because New Orleans is not going to give him any time. So they should beat the Eagles. The Niners, it depends on if they decide to run the ball or not. I mean, Washington is one of the best up front, so they may have to shift to throwing the ball, and I don't think Nick Mullins can really do that. So they could beat the 49ers. The Panthers, with McCaffrey back, are a little bit tougher. Their defense is playing better, so that's probably – but the Panthers aren't playing for anything. So I could see them winning 3 out of these 4 games. They either lose to Seattle or to San Francisco.
Now pull up the Giants.
Here we go.
I don't think you win this weekend against the Cardinals, but I do think you beat the Ravens. I do think you beat the Browns, and I do think you beat the Cowboys.
So 3 out of 4.
So if you both win 3 out of 4, you still have the tiebreaker, and you win.
Yeah, we won 2 games. Yeah, I think 3 out of 4 is going to win it. 4 out of 4 is going to run away with it.
Yeah.
2 out of 4, I think both teams will probably end up doing 2 out of 4. Both teams, I think, will end up going 2-2, and I think the Giants will end up winning the tiebreaker. That's my hope. That's my anticipation. I think that's the way it's going to go. And I think that the schedules are, it's a slightly easier schedule for DC than for the Giants, but we don't know. I mean, before Washington did what they did on whatever night they fucking played this week, nobody thought the Giants would beat Seattle on Sunday. Nobody.
Absolutely.
First time an NFC East team beat somebody out of the division.
And an over 500 record.
Yep.
Yes. On the road, it's like insane. So,
But will you get Daniel Jones back this week, or is it still going to be Colt McCoy?
I think that's what they said. They were going to get him back. But I mean, look, the offense didn't win the game last week.
No.
The defense won the game, but the offense played good enough to win the game. So,
but it does matter if you have your quarterback back, because the longer they're on the field, the less time the defense has to step up again. So you want him back. You want them to.
I want him back healthy, because I'd rather him sit one more week and then be healthy for whatever playoff game, or rather than him trying to rush back, then be gone for the last 2 weeks of the season and possibly a playoff game. So I'd rather him come back. I know hamstrings are and he's a tough guy, but there's nothing you can really, a broken clavicle, you can kind of deal with some pain. And if you can't actually run or push off when you throw with your fucking leg, it doesn't matter what sort of pain threshold you have. So I hope he's playing healthy. That's what, when he comes back. So, again, it's hard to predict these games, because now you have two teams, that have proven they can beat a playoff team. So now you have a legitimate division, and it's, we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun. I just hope the Giants don't go 1-4 or 0-4. Fuck. I don't think they will, but
but you're in it.
It's fun to be in it.
Look where we are now. Where were we a month ago? It was
fun
hopeless
to be in it. I'm happy to be in it. I'm happy to be there. It gives me something to root for. We're Jonah's psyched about it too. So yeah, I'm excited to be, to have something matter. Jesus. Besides my golf tournament this weekend, I'm just looking at my tee times. I'm 9:30 on Saturday, 9:50 on Sunday. I'm putting the shit out of the ball. Putting the shit out of it. Can't get it to the green yet, but I'm still putting the shit out of it. So we're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer.
By the way, did anybody see that?
By the way, what?
Yeah. Did you see the Steve Kornacki on NBC Sunday night?
No.
The MSNBC political guy. NBC hired him to do the playoff.
It was a fun little gimmick, but then they went back to it a second time, and it was like, we got it the first time, and it was like 10 minutes too long.
Oh,
yeah,
him trying to explain.
He was breaking down like the percentages of the teams making the playoffs, and when it first came out, it was like, oh, isn't that the guy? Oh yeah, it is the guy. Oh, this is kind of fun. But then they kept going back to it, and it was just like,
they killed it.
Yeah, they beat the dead horse.
They killed the joke.
Him trying to explain the NFC East, though, was like trying to explain Michigan and Ohio and Florida.
Yeah.
The scenarios that he's working out.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, if the Giants go 1-4 and Dallas and fucking, Washington goes 1-4 and Dallas goes 3-4, guess what? They're going to win.
Three-way tie.
I don't know. I'm like, guess what? Someone call Steve Kornacki and tell me.
We're doing a coin flip.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy isn't coaching in the playoffs. Don't worry.
No, he is not. And after seeing him last night, definitely not.
What do you think about Jalen Hurts starting this week?
Well, I just touched on it 2 minutes ago, but to reiterate, you're not going to see anything out of him. He's not a solution right now, because the problem isn't the quarterback. Yes, Carson Wentz is not playing great, but the problem is the offensive line, and Peterson doesn't know how to call a game. So until you fix the offensive line, it doesn't matter who you put back there. You could put Tom Brady, you could put Peyton Manning, you could put in their prime, you could put anyone back there, and it's not going to matter because nobody's blocking. Carson Wentz was on pace to break the sack record for most times sacked in a season. You can't throw the ball, and you're going to say, oh, he's making bad decisions. Now, yeah, he's got PTSD from getting hit every 3 seconds.
He's seeing ghosts.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
So it's not his fault. Sign. He's still a solid player, and I hope that, he ends up somewhere. But you can't do anything when you don't have time to do it. He's literally got less than 2 seconds every play, and then you got one of the better running backs in the league, and you're not using him. So they just know, okay, they're just going to throw all the time. So Jalen Hurts is going to go in there against one of the best defenses in the league, and he's going to get lit up.
Carson Wentz to the Chicago Bears.
I mean, it would fit.
Wait, taking Nick Foles' job?
I think
Nick
so.
Foles goes, Big Dick Nick goes back to fucking Philly in exchange to be the backup to Jalen Hurts, possibly take his job again. Fresh start for Wentz, big contract for big contract swap. Might work out.
Yeah.
Might work out.
It's a great call. And
You're damn right it is, Brenton.
Watch Carson Wentz turn Allen Robinson into the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, he wants to throw the ball.
Yes.
He just needs to be protected. Oh, boy, I wish I was in Philadelphia listening to sports talk radio. I was talking to Simone about it yesterday, but fucking just hearing Hertz, the filthy Philly accent, trying to pronounce these different words. O-line. We got no O-line. It's like, give me a break, dude. I mean, again, it's like, who would have thought that beginning of the year that the only healthy NFC East quarterback would be sitting on the bench is Carson Wentz. He's the only one that's pretty much 100% healthy, and he's sitting on the fucking bench. Alex Smith winning a game makes him the comeback player of the year, I think. Right?
With the bloody sock. There's a new bloody sock in town.
Wait, what happened to his sock? Did his ankle?
You didn't see the highlight? It was on the other leg, and they made sure to point out, don't worry, everybody, it's the other leg.
I don't want to see it.
I think he got cleated, and so he was bleeding pretty heavy on like his shin.
Oh, I thought one of his little stitches.
No.
Oh.
It was the other leg. But he had the bloody sock going, and he played through it. Like they got him a rag during one of the timeouts, and just kind of wiped it up a bit. He was good to go. And then he was chucking touchdowns.
Ew. Is it gross?
It's not that bad, but it was like a lot of blood that they had to pause and go, oh, what's going on here?
Oh, that's more than Schilling had.
That's a lot of blood. Ooh.
Good thing they have maroon socks, though.
Yeah.
Which makes me think it's actually way worse than that, but his pants are the same color as his blood.
If I were him, I'd play in those a suit of armor, like a night suit, like the tin around my legs and stuff like that. Whatever happens on my top, I don't give a fuck. But God Almighty, the poor man's legs taking a beating. We didn't win again this week, which
No.
I don't know what was the most surprising loss. What was it to you guys?
I gotta go back and look at what we picked.
Yeah, I think we were way off, weren't we?
We were I think we were close to 500.
Okay.
Let's see. We had the Bills. The Bills were correct. The Chiefs. Did the Chiefs cover? I need to see the scores. The Chargers.
I think they did.
We had the Chargers in a pick-em.
Yeah. We took the Chargers.
Wow. The Packers were correct. The Rams were correct. The Titans we took as well on a pick-em. The Falcons did not.
The Falcons fucked us.
I mean, any one of these fucked us. It's a 10-team parlay. Jacksonville did not. They didn't cover, right? Or no, it went to overtime. They did cover. Jacksonville did cover.
Yeah, they did cover.
That was a great game. The Dolphins, did they cover? It was 11.5.
They did, yes.
Okay, and then
it's like
the
I
Lions.
told you they would.
The Lions we got right. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 7 out of the 10 correct.
I mean, come on. The Falcons fucked us.
And the Titans fucked us. And
the
Chargers fucked us harder than anyone's ever been fucked.
Yes. We got fucking.
We took them on the money line, and they lost 45-0.
We got Anthony Lynn.
Should have listened to Lucas. You and I were on the Chargers, and Lucas was like, well, hang on, guys. Bill Belichick and rookie quarterbacks. Which, by the way, I hope this proves to everyone that it's Bill Belichick who is the GOAT and not Tom Brady. Because people are going, oh, look at Bell. He's like 4-6 or whatever, 3-6. And go, look at Belichick without Tom Brady. The guy lost half of his defense. He's now 6-6, will make the playoffs, is still contending for the division, I think. Are they mathematically eliminated? Yeah. But he's going to make the playoffs with half of his defense opting out, half of his starters, a new quarterback. having to change that whole system. You tell me he's not doing a hell of a lot better than Tom Brady at 7-5 in Tampa with all of those weapons and one of the better defense. He is coaching. This is probably the best he's ever coached New England ever.
Well,
He's
suck his dick,
killing
then,
it.
Brenton.
He's killing
Jesus,
it,
man.
He's killing it. And Lucas was right, and we should have listened.
Sorry,
All right.
Cam Newton threw for like 70 yards on Sunday too. And
But
they won
he ran for
45-0.
2 touchdowns, and that's what
I
the
know, it's
offense
all-
is. It's gonna be running. It's running him and run. It's 10 guys to block and Cam Newton just to plow through. That's their
That said, I
offense.
expect Brady will put up an insane stat line this weekend.
Well,
Yeah,
let's get to
he's
some
playing a
games.
terrible defense.
Let's look at some games because the first game up, I think that's tomorrow night's game, is Patriots-Rams. Rams are
Patriots.
5.5-point dog. I mean, again, all your shit talking, Brenton. You want to really put the money. Does Bill Belichick win tomorrow night? I know
think
we
he
don't. Really
does.
fuck.
I think he
He
does.
does?
Yeah. Well, I was going to propose this because I read all of the comments working in social media. I can't avoid them. And I was getting shit on for a lot of my picks this last week or two.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, why don't we, instead of putting $50 on 10 games, why don't we split it up and you pick your 5, I'll pick my 5, and we'll see who makes Lucas more money.
Wait a minute. What?
Lucas approved this.
We do 2 separate bets where I
Okay.
put 25 on mine. I put 25 on yours. You're picking 5 games. We can have the same games if we both believe in them. We can be on the same lines. But now it's totally your responsibility and totally my responsibility. And we'll see who loves Lucas more and makes him more money.
Fine. 5 games, no problem.
So pick your 5 games.
I'm taking St. John's in the points. No, wait, we got to stick to football. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you do, if you want to do basketball,
No, I'm kidding.
if you want to go that deep.
I was watching St. John's though last night. They're looking pretty good. I like St. John's a lot this year, but who knows? It'll probably be over in a fucking.
I'm gonna take the under on the Michigan-Ohio State game.
The canceled one.
Taking the under.
Let me look right now.
You know
Let
they're
me look.
canceled,
That
right?
changes my my
Yeah,
opinion.
you can't just coast on stuff now. You got to actually have your own opinion. You can't just go against what I say and say I'm an idiot. You got to actually make decisions.
What? Why do I only see? Okay,
I love
Are you on my bookie?
I'm on my bookie. Yeah.
So
Yeah, Lucas
Lucas
has no responsibility. He gets to just hang out. Andy wins the money.
Yep.
It's a dream.
We're not seeing every game. I'm seeing right now. I got the Pats game, the Titans, the Texans, the Vikings, the Chiefs, the Colts, the Jets,
I got 'em all.
the Packers, Falcons, Saints, football team, and Steelers. So we are missing a couple of games on the slate.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, we're missing Dallas, Cincinnati. We're missing the Giants and the Cardinals. We're missing, I think, New Orleans and Philadelphia. Oh, no, they're there. So we're missing at least a couple games. But
All
there's
right.
enough
Well, why
there.
don't you pick your 5 games? Because I have a feeling I got 3 out of 5 that I want to pick. So you pick your 5, and then I'll pick my 5.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to take the Patriots on the money line.
Okay. You
I'm
want to lose
going-
on Thursday night. You want to tell your friend Thursday night, hey, man, sorry I didn't do anything
Hey,
for you.
I'll get it over quick. You know.
All right.
Rip off the Band-Aid. I'm going to take the Houston Texans in a pick'em. Going to Chicago, I'm going to take, let's see. I mean, this is such a joke. And people are hyping up the Dolphins too much. And Tua, once again, against a horrible defense with no pass rush, did almost nothing. His highlight was the touchdown to Gesicki, and it was a terrible throw that almost got picked. So give me the Chiefs -7 all fucking day. And then I will take some of these feel like trap games, but I'll take New Orleans with or without Drew Brees back. Taysom Hill still covers 7 points against Philly, who's now starting a rookie quarterback. And for my 5th game, I mean, if we make it all the way through that, what would be sweeter than winning Lucas money and seeing the Bills on Sunday Night Football take down the Steelers? Even though, again, it feels like a trap game. I think the Steelers are going to get back their center, and James Conner is going to be back. So upgrade the running game against a Bills team that still can't stop the run, but thank God the 49ers just abandoned it. I will take the Bills on the money line to win Sunday Night Football. So that $25 right there is going to win Lucas $847.23.
Okay, sounds pretty cool. With my 5 picks, I'll be taking the Tennessee Titans on the money line over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty easy pick for me. I'll be taking the Kansas City Chiefs -7 over the Miami Dolphins. Very similar to you. I'll be taking the Indianapolis Colts on the money line over the Las Vegas Raiders. I'll be taking the New Orleans Saints -7 over the Philadelphia Eagles. How many is that?
That's 4.
And my 5th and final game, and how unfortunate it is to do this to you, will be the Sunday night game. We're coming off a loss. I don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers losing 2 games in a row. So not only am I not just taking the Pittsburgh Steelers, not just taking the Bills and giving 2.5 points. I'm going to say that the Pittsburgh Steelers on the money line are going to beat the Buffalo Bills. I'm sorry, Lucas, but sometimes we're going to look. Either way, dude, on Sunday, if we're both right, it comes down to it. You're going to, it's a win-win.
You're making money, but you want the Bills to win because Steve's only going to make you $388.92. So
okay.
we're pulling for the Bills.
Okay.
And
all right.
Those 2 bets are now locked in.
Great. You know what else is locked in? My attitude towards you is negative. Because I feel like, you're just, look, you're a little condescending with some of your football knowledge, and it bothers me. So,
can I tell you what happened real quick on DraftKings to me?
Oh yeah, what was going on with you this weekend? You bitching about it on Monday.
So I was playing in a contest to win a ticket into the live finals that they're doing week 15. And I had a really good lineup going. And then some guy named Greg Williams decided to send an all-out blitz. And the guy who I was up against at the top had Derek Carr, and he had Ruggs at wide receiver and made 16.7 points on the final play of that fucking game, which at the time cost me $62,000 and a ticket into the finals with a top prize of $2.5 million. But thank God I don't have to kill myself because the guy who actually finished in second place had Aaron Jones, and he ended up scoring a late touchdown and jumped me. So I finished in third anyway. But if Aaron Jones hadn't gotten that touchdown, I would have been within 16.7 points of that fucker who won the ticket because Greg Williams decided to all-out blitz and blow the game for the Jets.
Well, number one, I'm going to say great job because you said on Monday when you first said, I have this whole story I got to tell about how I got fucked at fantasy football. And I told you, keep it brief. No one wants to hear about your fantasy football.
Been practicing it, Steve.
They're like dreams. No one cares but you. You did a great job keeping it brief. You kept it really simple. I understood where you were. And the 62,000, I felt the hurt on that. I probably would have just left it at that. You don't have to go back and say the person that finished second, the Aaron Jones thing. You could have left that part out.
Well, I wanted to be honest about it. It would have hurt more if I hadn't been jumped. But if I had finished in second place and that guy got it just off of one fluke play, that would have killed me.
That was, I don't know if Greg Williams was that was his cry for help, being like, please let me out of New York. Please let me out.
He made out like a bandit. He still gets the rest of the money that they owed him. And now he gets Christmas vacation with his family, and he'll have another job next year in a better situation. And
probably for the Raiders.
Adam Gase has to just plod on.
Probably
if he
for the
finds
Raiders.
another coaching job, my God. Because
Greg Williams or Adam Gase? No.
If
Greg
it was
Williams will be
Whoa.
fine. They will. Greg Williams will find a place in this league. There is a place for him.
If the Raiders make the playoffs, they might have Greg Williams to thank for it, because that one win may have gotten him in. I mean, they're not trending in the right direction. As our good friend Cena told us on Monday night, they are not going in the direction I picked against them this week. Did you
Is
pick
Brandon
that
Jacobs back this week?
Huh?
Is Brandon Jacobs back this week? I think he's kind of up in the air.
Josh
Has
Jacobs.
he already been ruled
Josh
out?
Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs, that's the one.
I
thought
did
you were
not.
about Thunder and Lightning. Ron
He's.
Dane.
Yeah, I know.
I think there's a chance he misses again this week, but since they're competing for a playoff spot, I think they're going to try to rush him back. But I didn't touch the Raiders game.
Well, I did. I touched it hard.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come up all Colts. Let's go Colts.
I think that's gonna be the one that blows up in your face.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. All right, we'll see. We'll see, Nostradamus. Nostradamus. That was too stupid. Too stupid. Said it too fast. I don't want to end on that. I don't want to end on a Nostradamus comment.
We can end on Josh Allen, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Really?
Third time this year.
4
And
touchdowns
MVP
will do it.
MVP.
No, he's not.
MVP.
There's two MVP
MVP.
candidates.
MVP.
You ready for the two MVP candidates? There's 2 of them. One of them name's Patrick Mahomes, right? And the other one's named Aaron Rodgers.
MVP.
Both of them have thrown for like 35 plus touchdowns with 4 or less interceptions. I think Josh Allen threw 3 in a game. Didn't he throw 3 in one game?
There's
I
still
don't think he's had
time
a 3.
left.
He hasn't had a three interception game yet, I don't think.
I mean, he's back at least on the outskirts of the conversation. For MVP.
Yeah, he's like those.
And
yeah,
if they win out, I think he could make an argument.
He'll get the same amount of votes as Deshaun Watson will get. Maybe 1. Maybe 1.
We'll see.
Maybe 1. Oh, that's a good question. Would you trade Josh Allen for Deshaun Watson?
No,
No.
because Josh Allen fits the system that they wanted to bring in, and he just fits the attitude of the city of Buffalo, and he is exactly who we needed at quarterback. I would keep him over anybody right now. He just fits where he is.
But Deshaun
Kyler Murray?
Watson is a top 5 player.
Kyler Murray, no. I like Kyler Murray a lot. I like Patrick Mahomes a lot, but again, Josh Allen fits the system that we have. We'd have to change up the system. And Patrick Mahomes fits Andy Reid's system perfectly with the weapons that they have. So, these guys are talented, but you have to build stuff around them to make them look better than they actually are.
I'm sure Patrick Mahomes wouldn't work in any system. Welcome back to Dumb Things with Brenton fucking Biddlecombe. Patrick Mahomes would thrive in any system, anywhere, under any coach.
Patrick Mahomes would be good, but he would struggle if he was playing for Philadelphia right now. If he was with the Jets, he would be good and he would flash moments of brilliance.
Of course
but he would struggle right now. That's what I'm saying. Josh Allen is where he needs to be. Patrick is where he needs to be. So I don't want to fuck it up by switching stuff around.
Good enough.
Both Mahomes and Allen had either 500 or close to losing records in college. They were not hyped. They were raw green talent that had to be molded right.
And Josh Allen sent 1,000 letters out to every college he could, and he got 998 no's. So that's the guy I want playing quarterback, is that guy with the chip.
You could have Daniel Jones and his firstborn son for Patrick Mahomes, as far as I'm concerned. So I'll put a bow on him and send him over.
Well, yeah, because he's an upgrade for you. He's for Buffalo. He is a slight upgrade, but what do we have to give up to give him to get him? For the Giants, it's
nothing.
Like he's a
you
massive.
I'm just
he's
talking
a
about
massive
even
upgrade.
swap. I'm talking about even like crazy talk. Like, would you rather have? That's what I'm talking about. Not like let's make this trade happen. This
I think
isn't.
Josh Allen still has a stronger arm than Mahomes. Their
What?
accuracy is
Okay, I'm going to
about
end
the
now.
same.
I'm going to end now. I'm going to end
Mahomes
this.
is a
I'm
little
gonna end now.
more
I'm gonna end now.
mobile.
I'm going to end now. I'm going to let you have a
But
little
Josh
bit of
Allen can truck people.
I'm going to hold.
Mahomes he's a little baby boy out there running around. It's like, don't touch him.
Brenton.
He's the face of the NFL. Don't touch him. He's our baby.
He won a Super Bowl last year. When they had the fourth quarter, they were down by 10 points, okay? He didn't get sacked twice going backwards. Did he? Did he do that?
Josh has learned his lesson.
How much
he's going to play.
Did Allen
I cannot wait for the playoffs this year.
When his brain shut down and he fell down backwards twice against the Houston Texans.
Mahomes never had to play against the referee dressed in all black either. That was the weirdest fucking game in the history of playoff football. They took that away. They took the momentum away from us. They took 7 points off the board. That was a weird game,
this level of stupidity on the podcast. I can't have it. I cannot have it. You've got to
I believe in my guy. I believe in my guy the way that you believed in Daniel Jones.
You can believe in what you
after
believe
like the first 3 weeks when you didn't believe in him, then you believed in him, and then you didn't believe in him for a while, and then you kind of believed in him again. I believe in Josh Allen 100%.
This is the problem. You can believe what you want to believe, but then the facts are facts, okay? Like masks work, okay? Patrick Mahomes is better than Allen, okay?
Right now.
Okay. Well, when do you want to do it? When do you want to judge them? You want to get into a time machine? Last year? Okay.
All I want is the guy who will win Buffalo a Super Bowl, and I think Josh Allen is that guy. So I will back him 100%.
Great. And when he does, we'll have a conversation then. Until then, asinine opinions have to be kept to yourself. This is the problem.
I'm with Brenton on this.
I take my blood pressure medicine at night because it helps me sleep, and now I got to start taking it in the morning because if we're going to continue to do this in the morning, Wednesdays it's got to be a shift. I can't run this hot at 9:30 in the morning.
Keep sleeping on Buffalo, Steve. That's what the rest of the league is doing.
We'll see on Monday. Dude, wouldn't it be great if we were both right? If both of our picks were right coming into Sunday
that'd be amazing. And it's very possible. We are similar on 2, and then, who knows?
And then who knows? All right.
As long as the Patriots win tomorrow, then I think we're in a good spot.
That's the podcast for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Next week I'll be in New York, East Coast. We'll be doing it. Hopefully everything will be calm and silent night. That's what I'm hoping for. A silent flight. Anything else? You guys good? I have nothing to plug.
We should point out and send our support and love to Ashley Barnhill, who found out yesterday.
I saw
she was jogging in May in Los Angeles. She's a really funny comic, tours with Chappelle, and she's a great writer. She got hit by a car that came up onto the sidewalk while she was jogging, and the photos I saw, like her, it looked like it was bad. And she's had, I think, 4 brain surgeries. She's spent the last, I don't know how many months in the hospital.
Oh my God.
She's back in Texas now with her family, and their medical bills are obviously piling up. So if you can give, please give. Any comedian you follow right now is putting the link out, and just support if you can. It would really help out.
Do they know who hit her? Or did they leave?
I don't know the details of that. Weren't in the GoFundMe story, but she's fortunately doing better and is saving up to get a new skull in the new year. And should be back.
All right.
We're on the black market?
I think it's going to be like one of those metal situations.
Yeah, they can put something like a plate. Brenton, will you send me a link to that? I'm not on social media really right now, but if you send me a link, I'll donate.
Yes.
That's awesome. Jesus fuck. All right. Well, that's cool, Brenton.
So go help her out. We should share.
Yeah. So let's help her out.
Let's share
we're sending positive love and spreading positivity and supporting one of our own.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Well, thank you for listening. And please tell other people to listen and subscribe and rate and all that other stuff. That's the podcast for this week. I love you all. Be well.